able to just lay there and be peaceful. Good morning. Thursday, January 4th. And I am battling the head yet again. It slowly creeped up after I woke up. I actually slept pretty good. My neck didn't hurt. Well, I'm tensing up, so my neck is starting to hurt again, and my head is feeling like it always does. I'm just ready to bash my head into a wall. Because I don't know what else to do to make it stop. It's like you just keep saying, make it stop. See, as I'm looking in here, I've got lines in my face that I didn't even have a year ago. It's from grimacing and frowning, and I've got these lines that are just embedded in my face now from holding my face in that miserable. So that's my morning. I'm sitting here fighting not passing out, because that's how you feel like you're gonna pass out, or you're just so woozy you can't. And my eyes keep blurring up on me. So that's my day so far, and it's only 9:30 in the morning. I've done my devotional. I listened to the preaching. Something that was said was that, you know, when you go to Jesus and you continue to go to Jesus, and if something isn't, how did he put it? Not that you're not getting your prayers answered exactly, but that things are not really going your way at all. It's probably because you've gone back to the old watering hole, meaning you've gone back to your old ways. You need to go back to Jesus first. And I'm sitting here not yelling, but saying to the preacher, no, that's not true. I have not gone back to the old watering hole, and I'm still like this. So that's not the problem. That is not the problem. Anyway, I'm sorry that I always start my vlogs yelling and being miserable and mean, but hey, it's Lime Laney. I got a call back from that functional nurse practitioner, either her nurse or her secretary, and she said yes, that she treats people with Lyme, but not if they're, she said it depends on how, not technical, but how severe their case is. And then she would just refer them off to a Dr. Bach, who is near New York City, and he's $1,200. He's over $1,200. I said, no, I know of Dr. Bach and can't afford him. And she said, yeah, I understand. And I said, so she asked me what my symptoms were. I told her my worst symptom is with the head, the dizziness, the wacky, the feeling like I'm going to pass out constantly. It's neurological, I said. I have a couple other things, but that is the #1 worst symptom right now, is my head symptom. So she said she would go back and talk to her, and either she or the nurse practitioner would call me back. So I'll probably get a call today. I'm praying that she'll take me on. I'm praying that this will be an answer from the Lord. I do have an appointment at 6 o'clock to do a phone consult with my LLMD, because we are going to get slammed with a snowstorm here and in Connecticut. It's northeastern. We're all going to get slammed pretty bad in the next 48 hours. So I'm gonna go on the treadmill today because I don't have anything else to do. So I will catch up to you later. I'm praying for you, Jen. Praying for all of you. You all know that. I'm praying for y'all, but oh, to have an answer. I mean, a definitive answer, you know, and something that could just make it stop. That's what I keep saying. Just make it stop. And it doesn't. So, I'll catch up with you later.
That, you know, fitness tracker, I think that's amazing. That
On
really
the treadmill, working out,
and just as you heard it,
giving it all I got.
Excited she was, we are excited every.
Finished. For those of you who don't know, I do 30 minutes, and for the most part, it's at 4 miles an hour. So, yes, I get a good sweat, and my heart rate gets up. Let me check my heart rate right now, and let you know what it is right this minute. 22 beats per minute, which is really good for me. Because you have to understand, somebody who's not active, who may not do this on a regular basis, their heart rate would go up higher. I mean, the more active you are, the lower your heart rate will stay. So 122 is relatively low for some of you if you were to do the same workout. Why do I say all that? I have no idea. I just was able to do it, and I wasn't too flippy in the head. We'll see what happens now. Covered in sweat. And, I don't know. I may do the hot box later too. Get it all in. Do it all. Because we're clearly going to be snowed in for the next couple days. Snowed in being, I mean, that doesn't mean we're necessarily won't be able to get out of the house, but the weather is supposed to get pretty nasty. So 2018, really? You're not being kind to us. I had big hopes for you 2018, and you've already started out bad, so what am I to think? My oldest daughter, my oldest grandson, and my granddaughter all got hit with a stomach bug this week. She went back to work today, but was literally in bed for the last couple days, really sick. You know how kids are. They'll throw up and then get back up, but adults don't. But I mean, you know, so sickness has already hit our family right off the bat. And so, of course, I'm going to complain about that. I'll put you back on after I get dressed, because I have to cut up some chicken and make some rice for lunch and dinner. Well, got the chicken cut up, seasoning it with my favorite seasonings. Favorite. And please don't tell me if it's bad for me, because I don't really care. Everything's bad for me. I am attempting to not do any dairy. I don't know how long that will last. The doctor, chiropractor, nurse practitioner, whatever you want to call her, yesterday strongly suggested I give it a shot. When I told her, well, I'm sugar-free and I'm kind of gluten-free, not 100%, that's for sure. But I said, but where I have the problem is dairy, because I'm addicted to it. And she said, well, you really should try, because you know how inflammatory dairy is. I gotta wash my cutting board now. Oh, hold on. Put my pants, put my shirt down, get my
breast back into place. Sorry, too much information. So this morning I made a couple fried eggs. Never do that. Never cook. I usually have some cottage cheese and my blueberries. That's my morning breakfast every single day. But today I had 2 eggs and my blueberries. And I will go ahead and have my chicken and rice with green beans. Like, that's something I have all the time anyway. That's not something new. But again, you know, for it to make a difference, I'm sure you have to do it for at least a month or more. And honest to God, unless I started feeling some results like in the first week, I don't have the resolve. And she and my husband both made good comments about, well, if it could actually calm your dizziness down and make things a little bit easier for you, wouldn't it be worth it? And I'm like, absolutely, but I'm addicted. I mean, could be addicted to something a lot worse, right? Well, I don't know. Especially if indeed dairy is or could be causing problems for me. I mean, I remember doctors, especially when I was pregnant, would say, you never get constipated. Nope, never in my life. Never in my life have I been constipated. Not once. Even when I was pregnant. Never had hemorrhoids because of the pregnancy. Just never had those issues. All right, so everything's going. Covered in sweat still, because I didn't cool down. I went right from where I was just telling you, my heart rate 122, and went right up into the kitchen, because I just got to get it done. Got to get it done while I have the strength and energy to do it before, you know, my head gets goofy or something. I'm always, you know, waiting on that last minute of what's going to happen. So, let me see if I can show you. You can see. That's what's happening. And it's going to get worse. We're supposed to get high winds and really frigid temperatures, along with much more snow. Have I said I hate winter? Oh, well, let me just say it again. I hate winter. I don't think it's pretty. I hate the cold. There's nothing about winter that I like. Nothing. And I guess it's maybe because I've never been a winter sport person. I've never been a sport person anyway. But swimming, hiking, walking, even jogging at one point in my life. I tried jogging for a while, but my body didn't respond to jogging very well. Didn't like it. But I mean, bicycling, I like to do those kinds of things. And winter doesn't allow that, so I've never liked winter. But I live in a snow belt area and not going anywhere. People ask, well, why don't you move? Well, when you have grandchildren, you ain't gonna leave them. I could see me moving away from my kids because they're all adults and grown and everything, but grandbabies, no way. My grandkids have one of their grandmothers lives in Florida, and I don't know how she don't know how she handles it, not being able to be around their grandbabies. I know some people, that's just how it is. You know, they don't live near their grandchildren, not because they purposely moved away from them, but, you know, the kids had moved away, or they moved away prior to the grandkids being born, and that's just how it is now. I'm fortunate that all my kids live within literally a 5 to 10 minute radius from our house. They didn't move away from me. Us, not me, but us. So I'm blessed with that. But that's why I don't get out of here, because my husband would leave in a heart. My husband doesn't have that heartstring like I do. He's like, we could visit, we'll see him. He would go to a warmer climate tomorrow. He would do it tomorrow if I was well and I was willing. But the biggest thing is that I'm not willing, and I'm definitely not well. There's no way we could put this house up for sale and do a move. I could never do any of that. So that's my little blab for today. I wonder what the heading for today will be, because I don't really have a topic. My head is better than it was this morning when I first got up. Why is that? I cannot understand why my head goes up and down like this, but I'll take anything I can get. So I'll check in with you later. I gotta go stir my chicken, and maybe I'll show you the end product. It's sauteed, fried up chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs with white rice and green beans. My stomach can handle that. So that's my staple. Talk to you later. Hello. Just popping in because in about 10 minutes I should be getting a call from my Lyme litter doctor, and we're going to do the phone conference early. Guess in Connecticut they're really getting slammed. We're getting slammed here too. So his office was closed, so instead of waiting till calling me at 6 o'clock tonight, he can call me at 3. So I will pop back in and let you know. I have trying to make a list of things I want to talk to him about. My lymph nodes, why they're always swollen, even being on antibiotic. The uptick in my migraines and my vision. I'd like to be taken off Doxy and changed into something different in place of the Doxy. I'd like to pulse the antibiotics, 4 days on and 3 days off. I read that that's a good way of doing the antibiotics, so I want to talk to him about doing that. I got my blood work. I got a copy of my blood work, and with Quest, everything's negative except for Mycoplasma pneumoniae. That's the only thing that comes up positive. Bartonella and Babesia and Lyme come up negative on Quest. So what are you supposed to think? Even after being on all these antibiotics, it still comes up negative. So you gotta question it a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So those are the things I want to talk to him about. Replacing the Doxy with something else. I know that there's 3 forms of Lyme, and the Doxy and azithromycin hit the spirochete and the L form, and Flagyl was for the cyst form, which I have not been taking the Flagyl. If he replaces the Doxy with something else, I will go ahead and just start the Flagyl, or maybe just stay with the azithromycin, just azithromycin and Flagyl. I don't really need 3 antibiotics, especially since the azithromycin hits 2 of the types of forms and the Flagyl hits the 3rd, right? That's my thinking. The nurse in me is probably annoying when I'm a patient, because I just want to run the show. Anyway, you're not going to believe this. But, I don't know if you can see through the screen. I don't know if the screen... Anyways, it's coming down hard and heavy, and I actually went out. I did not try to do the snowblower 2 years ago, and I can run the snowblower when I'm healthy. 2 years ago, I did the snowblower, but what happened is our driveway is like this. This is our driveway, literally. And I didn't have good boots on, and I slipped and fell, and the snowblower is huge, and I thought I was going to slip right underneath the stinking thing. It scared the crap out of me. So I'm afraid to even touch the snowblower now. So my husband's on his way home, and I decided to put my boots and coat on, and I took the shovel, and I literally shoveled as much as I could. Just, not clean, not really good, but I did it. I did. I mean, one side of the driveway, not both, just one side where he can get up and get into the garage. And because we're on a hill, you know, most of the shoveling was just me pushing the snow to the bottom of the hill and then trying to push it off to the side. So it wasn't that difficult, but I was shocking myself because I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, but I did it. So I'll pop back in after I'm done talking to him and see what he says. And I'm really I'm hoping and waiting to hear from this other person, but they probably closed their office, and that's probably why I didn't get a call from them today. I'm assuming that's why. I don't hear from tomorrow, and I'm assuming because of this weather, everything's going to be closed tomorrow too. We're supposed to get slammed. At some point after the conference call, I have to have my husband drive me over. I got to bring a couple things over to my mom, make sure she's set for the next couple days. So I'll let you know how it goes. I want to be taken off Doxy though. I can't keep taking Doxy. That stuff is poison to me. So later. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome back to Lime Laney's life. Okay, so I just got off the phone with the doctor. So this is the new protocol. We're adding amoxicillin and dropping the doxycycline. He tends to agree with me that the doxy is probably causing me more problems. And it's a guessing game. We don't know for sure, but come on. Uptick in migraines, stomach upset, my stomach bloat. Anyways, so I take the zithromycin 4 days on and 3 days off. I take the Flagyl 4 days off and 3 days on. And I take the amoxicillin every day. So, in other words, azithromycin and amoxicillin Monday through Thursday. Then on Friday to Sunday, Flagyl and amoxicillin. So we'll see how that works. I've taken amoxicillin my whole life, so I know that amoxicillin I shouldn't have any problems with that. I've never had a problem with that. Flagyl, we'll see about Flagyl. I don't remember if I've ever taken Flagyl. I asked him about whether these antibiotics address all 3 types of Lyme, and they do. The L form, the cyst form, the spirochete. He wants me to continue taking the same supplements that I've been taking. He asked me a lot of questions like, are you exercising? And I said, well, you'd be very proud of me because I am the queen of exercising. So when I told him how much I do, 3 miles outside or on the treadmill almost every single day, he was like, wow, that's very good. He was impressed with that, clearly. He probably doesn't see a whole lot of Lyme patients being able to do that. But he did say that exercise was so important. He said that I should try to work on increasing my time and amount of days of going into the sauna. And I didn't get in there today. And it's too late for me to do it now. So I will try to do that. I told him that I talked about the head thing and that the whooshy, weird, horrible, horrible head symptom is my worst symptom. And so there are days that I can't exercise and certainly not get into the hot box, as I call it. Anyways, that's where I'm at. Hopefully getting rid of the doxy, I might have less symptoms that are negative. So I'm waiting for my husband to get home. It is really nasty outside. I do not care for this weather. He asked me twice if I'd had a cold or a flu recently, and I said no. Praise God, I haven't. My blood work. Oh, I talked about the lymph nodes. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I mention that. I was so concerned about the lymph nodes. And I said it doesn't make sense to me that I'm on all these antibiotics and my lymph nodes, especially just in this area, I'm not finding them anywhere else in my body, just on this area,
that they just continue, especially this one is always swollen. And he said that's not uncommon with chronic infection like Lyme. You have a chronic infection. So I guess he was not surprised by that. He did tell me to check my body, make sure that I'm not finding any new ones anywhere else, anything changed, but I haven't as of yet. He sounded, I think I'm just going by how, when he said, so you're not feeling any better, he sounded like that, not surprised him, but maybe disappointed him. I don't know. But I was like, no, I'm no better. I'm no better. If anything, I'm worse because of the Doxy, I think. The Doxy's made me worse with the migraines and the stomach distress. Other than that, nothing's gotten better. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'll try to check in with you maybe one more time after I got to get over my mother's. She needs toilet paper. Can't have a woman, 85-year-old dementia woman, without toilet paper. That's a no-no. So that's what I have to get over to her house is toilet paper. Okay? So I'll check in with you guys again later. Okay, last bit of the day. I just got back from my mother's. It was trying because she was in one of her moods. She was in her mood. Miserable, mean, grumpy. I want to just punch her in the face. I know, it's my mother, right? Sorry. Hold, please. But, that's the relationship I have with her, and I made her soup and grilled cheese sandwich. My husband and I sat down with her, and nothing I say or do is right. She's miserable with me because she thinks I'm infringing on her independence, which I am because she's incapable of taking care of herself, but she's not aware of that. When you have dementia, you think everything's normal, and it's clearly nothing is normal. Anyway, got very bad with the male debarkment. I think, I don't know. All I can tell you is that I got very tense, and I could feel everything tensing up, and I started getting the wobbly really bad. So, we're home now, and I'm done. Day's done. And that's it. Don't have anything else to add. Oh, here's a little something. When we were sitting there talking, my husband said, well, you kept me up all night. And I was like, what? He goes, he kept calling me Mumbles, which actually made me laugh. He goes, Mumbles, he goes, at one point I took my phone and turned on the light to see what you were doing because you were over there talking away, and I don't talk in my sleep. That's bad. I don't know if he's ever told me I'd done that before. He goes, he got to the point that you had me wide awake. So my husband said I got up with the dogs. We went downstairs. It was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. He said he watched some more basketball or something. He goes, went back, or no, came back up at 1. I don't know. Anyways, he said, 3:30, you started mumbling. Mumbles was at it again. He's going, and I looked at Lola, our dog, and Lola's looking at him, and they're like, what is up with her? And he's going, you're just mumbling all night long. And I'm like, I don't know what that was all about. I clearly was sleeping for the first time in a long time because I don't usually sleep deep enough to be able to mumble or talk in my sleep. Anyway, just thought I'd add that because that's odd for me. It's not something I do. Anyway, I'm done. It's a blizzard out. I'm sure all the schools will be closed and we'll all be snowed in and fun and games. Have a great evening. God bless, and I'll check in with you tomorrow.